Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 signs your kidneys can possibly be experiencing if you are dealing with kidney disease. But before we continue, I want to quickly introduce myself for anybody that is new here. My name is Cindy Flores, and here on my channel I share my kidney transplant journey as well as travel vlogs, lifestyle videos, workout videos, devotionals, and so much more. So if you are new, definitely consider subscribing. Now let's begin. First, let's talk about the kidneys and exactly what they do. So they are required to clean our blood, to filter it properly, making sure they're getting rid of extra fluid and toxins. So a lot of the symptoms that I will be mentioning in this video are symptoms that I actually dealt with myself when I was first dealing with early stages of kidney disease. So the first symptom that I want to talk about, and this is one of the first symptoms that I experienced myself, and I started to experience this at a really young age, was puffiness around my eye. And I really didn't understand as to why, because I would always get good sleep, but then I later learned it was from experiencing early symptoms. So the next one on our list is high blood pressure. So the kidneys are required to keep our blood pressure regulated, but when they are not working, they cannot do that. And high blood pressure is actually the second leading cause of kidney disease. I remember as a kid, I would go to CVS, where you could put your arms through the blood pressure cuff and it would always measure it. Mine was always high. I didn't really understand why. I always thought it was normal, and at the time I wasn't too informed, so I didn't really know what a normal blood pressure was. So if you experience high blood pressure, I highly recommend you get it under control because you don't want any further damages. So the next one I will be mentioning is something that I personally did not experience. However, I've heard a lot of people that battle with kidney disease tell me that they experience this, and that is back pain. And back pain is usually in the lower part of your rib, right about here. Let me see if I can show you guys. Right about here. So the next one on our list is changes in our urine. And this is something we all take for granted and something you probably don't want to hear, but a lot of times when you are dealing with kidney disease, there can be many changes in your urine. One of them being frequent urination, especially at nighttime. Another one is changing your color or the smell, or even foaminess. And this is something that I experienced, especially during my time on dialysis, because thankfully I was always making urine until I want to say like a year and a half of me doing dialysis. I really started to see how it just was not going for me good. And one of the symptoms that I would always experience was constantly, especially at nighttime, would want to get up and go use the bathroom, but nothing would come out. So imagine the desire of wanting to use the bathroom and you're there, but just like little drops come out. It's so uncomfortable, and that's a sign. And especially foaming in urine, that's a huge sign, because a lot of times if your kidneys aren't working, they are not able to process the toxins properly, and they begin to spill out a lot of protein in your urine. So foaminess is something you should definitely be on the lookout for. Another symptom is swelling, and swelling is something that we a lot of times deal with kidney disease. Like I said, if you are not able to go use the bathroom, you begin to retain that fluid, and a lot of times it's in our ankles, in our feet, in our hands, in our face, my eyes. So sodium retention and fluid retention is also a sign. So our next symptom is lack of sleep, and this is something that I would always deal with, especially when I was on dialysis. I really could not sleep. I always blamed it a lot of times on my machine because I was doing peritoneal dialysis at the time. But in reality, it did have, to do with the machine, but also it's for the simple fact that I was dealing with kidney disease. And a lot of people with kidney disease have sleep apnea and have problems, because they're not feeling good. So your mind can't really go into that deep sleep the proper way, somebody healthy would. So the next symptom I want to talk about is dry and itchy skin. And this is something that we all kind of just look past it, because I know I sure did. A lot of times we think, oh, you know, it's just dry skin, let me put a lotion over it. And it could be that, but also it can have something more deeper. And I always experienced that. Even in my early ages, I would always notice that I would have super dry skin, but I didn't pay too much attention. Like, I would put lotion on it and I was like, okay, I'm good, I'm fine. And I would keep it moving. But in reality, it was a sign. It was a sign of me dealing with kidney disease. Later on, as my kidneys started to suffer more and more, I began to itch. I remember I would have my mom and my sister just scratch my legs, my back, my arms. And why? Is because when our kidneys are not filtering our blood properly, the toxins want to begin to just pour out through our pores, and you know, they can't. So it gives us that irritation, that feeling of wanting to itch and wanting to scratch. Our last one on our list is headaches, fatigue, and general weakness. So the kidneys, like I said, has many different functions. They regulate our pH level, they take out extra fluid, they create red blood cells, and this is super important. And if the kidneys are not working properly in creating those red blood cells, we begin to feel tired because we are experiencing anemia. And anemia just overall makes us feel super fatigued, super weak, constantly wanting to sleep, constantly not having energy for anything. Also, shortness of breath. I would get tired like crazy just going up the stairs because I would feel so drained and tired, and that is also another symptom. So those are the symptoms that I have for you guys. If you are experiencing more than a good 7 of these, then I would definitely recommend that you go and see your doctor. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully it helped you. Thank you. Have a blessed and a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.